You know, in the world of cybersecurity, pretty much every day is a new crime scene. But the clues aren't fingerprints or fiber evidence. Nope. They're digital, scattered across millions, sometimes billions of tiny electronic events. So today, let's gear up our digital detective and see just how they crack the case.
So this really brings us to the central question, doesn't it? In this digital world that literally never sleeps, with all this constant activity from every single device, how do the experts actually find the real threats? How do they possibly hear that one digital whisper that signals an attack?
I mean, the scale of this problem is it's immense. A big company can generate over 10 terabytes of log data every single month. So forget finding a needle in a haystack. This is like trying to find one specific fish in an entire ocean of digital noise.
All right, so let's dive into the core problem for the actual humans on the front lines, the security analysts. They're constantly sifting through this digital haystack, which, as you can imagine, leads to a kind of burnout we call alert fatigue. The sheer volume of warnings just becomes impossible to keep up with.
And these numbers, well, they really tell the story. Security teams can get hit with over 10,000 alerts every single month. But here's the real kicker. More than half of them, 52%, are false positives. They're just dead ends that waste precious time while a real attack could be happening right under their noses.
So where does our digital detective even start? Well, they start with the most fundamental piece of evidence in any digital crime scene, computer logs. This is always where the first clues are hiding.
So what is a log exactly? Well, the simplest way to put it is it's a digital footprint. It's just a time-stamped record of something that happened. Every time you log in, open a file, connect to a network, your computer makes a little note of it. That note, that's a log entry.
You know, this is probably the best way to think about it. Logs are basically the CCTV cameras of the digital world. They record everything that happens, giving investigators that raw footage they need to piece together the whole story of an attack.
But there's a catch. Relying on just one type of log, it's like that old story of the blind man and the elephant. The firewall log, it only sees network traffic. An endpoint log, it only sees files and usernames. Each system is just seeing one part of the bigger picture. To really understand an attack, you have to bring all those partial stories together.
So, if all our evidence is scattered everywhere, how on earth do we bring it all together? Well, this is where our hero tool comes in. We need a high-tech command center to pull all this evidence into one place, and that command center is called a SIEM.
SIEM, it stands for Security, Information, and Event Management. And its job is actually pretty simple, but boy is it powerful. It acts like a central hub, collecting all those different logs from every corner of the network, and funneling them into one spot so we can finally start to make sense of it all.
Okay, but how does a SIEM deal with logs that are all in different, weird formats? The secret sauce is a process called normalization. Just imagine every device vendor, your firewall, your servers, your antivirus, they all speak a different language. Normalization is the SIEM's universal translator. It turns thousands of these different log formats into one single, common language that everyone can understand.
But just collecting and translating all that data, that's only the first step. The real magic, the actual detective work, starts when the SIEM begins to connect the dots between events that seem totally unrelated. And this process, this is called correlation.
Let's look at a little story here. It's 2:13 in the morning. A security log sees a failed login. Okay? Then another one. And another. Individually, these are just noise, right? But then, just a minute later, a successful login from that same place. When you see them all together like this isn't random noise anymore. It's a crystal clear pattern of a brute force attack.
And this slide right here is the real aha moment. On the left, you've got this cryptic raw log. It's basically gibberish to a human at a quick glance. But on the right, the SIEM has correlated it with other information, like what department an employee is in, or even company holidays, and it gives us this clear, actionable insight. An account from the marketing team is getting into a sensitive engineering system on a holiday? That is not just a random event. That's a story. That's a high-priority lead an analyst needs to jump on immediately.
So how does it do this? It's not magic, it's just logic. Analysts write these simple but incredibly powerful rules. For instance, if there are more than 10 failed logins in 5 minutes and they all come from the same IP address, then you create a potential brute force attack alert. That's it. That's how the SIEM automatically spots the pattern we just saw.
So these automated alerts, the ones generated by rules just like that one,
They become the starting point for the human analysts. They take these first clues, and then they begin the real hunt for the more advanced attacks. You know, the kind that don't make a lot of noise, but unfold in these quiet, calculated steps.
And this is exactly why correlation is so crucial today. Modern attacks often use something called lateral movement. An attacker gets into one low-level machine, like maybe an employee's laptop, and then they quietly move sideways through the network almost like a ghost, hopping from server to server looking for the company's crown jewels.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. A SIEM is not some magic silver bullet. It absolutely comes with its own set of challenges. You still have to deal with false positives. Writing good, effective rules takes some serious skill and constant maintenance. And most importantly, the old garbage in, garbage out rule applies. If you feed the SIEM bad or incomplete data, you're going to get bad results. Simple as that.
And all those challenges really bring us to our final and maybe the most important point here. A SIEM isn't about technology replacing people, not at all. It's about creating a really powerful partnership between the human and the machine.
At the end of the day, the whole goal of a SIEM is to empower the human expert. It's a tool that's meant to amplify their skills. It filters that massive ocean of noise down to just a handful of credible leads, so the human detective can use their intuition, their experience, and their creativity to actually solve the case.
So, if there's just one thing to take away from all of this, it's this right here. A single, lonely log is just noise. But a pattern of logs, connected and understood through correlation, now that tells the story of an attack. The SIEM finds the pattern, so the analysts can stop the story before it has a bad ending.
But you know, as the attackers get smarter and their methods keep evolving, the question we're left with is, what's next? How will this partnership between our human detectives and their incredible machines need to change to solve the cybercrimes of tomorrow?